Hello again. Today I'm doing another retrospective on one of my Derelict series map. This is the second in the series, of which I have 3 published, a 4th on the way, and potentially a 5th, because I can't get everything done in that 4th one so far. I've been trying. More on that later. What's interesting about this one is that the ratio of upvotes to downvotes is way better on this one. I think it's like a 150 to 50 upvotes to downvotes on the Derelict, at least on the finished version, which I'm not complaining about, but it is interesting how different that ratio is. And I think part of that, it's not as different actually, but still, I think part of that is the other map had that problem where it would crash all of Doom to the desktop, at least on PC. I don't know exactly what it did on Xbox, with this one glitch involving trying to delete a blocking volume, which I did not realize was at the time was so catastrophic. And I think I added it and didn't test all the way up to it, which is a mistake. So I didn't even realize for like months that it was doing that. So I went back to check it out, and out of the blue, it was just destroying everything. I think actually that's when one of the moderators of the SnapMap subreddit had just messaged me to see if I wanted to have one of mine as one of the recommended maps for that like last cycle they did. And it kind of really sucks that I missed his message by like not even a day, which is weird because it was very out of the blue. Like I just randomly checked my Reddit and it hadn't in quite a long time. I just popped on one day and it said the day before he'd messaged me. But it was, by then already, it was too late, which really sucks. But it was in trying to polish that up before I heard back from them that I had discovered that problem because I was doing a playthrough to make sure it was good. And I don't even know if I would have been able to, because it took me a while to isolate it. I don't even know if I could have gotten it fixed in time anyway, so maybe it's good that didn't happen. So you start here. It says we're picking up from before. Our ship left. Our ship is circling this big ship we're in, our little pirate ship. Or not pirate exactly, per se. Anyway, and we're trying to find airlock 3 so they can pick me up. That's actually the same, that's where the chomper mouth was. Alright, so let's keep going. This is early learning that blocking volumes are magic. I use way more custom geo in each map. I'll talk about my philosophy there in a second. Oh, what the fuck? Oh no! I never usually had the lighting set to like, I didn't have it set high when I was making this, so I never realized that something over here was making that glare. That's so weird. Well, okay then. So let's look at this first room. I'm very proud, actually, of this little, I'll even make that my... Doing this for my own map. I have like 100 pictures of this. I don't know why I did that. But I'm actually very proud of this little fight room here. Because I think it did a decent job of conveying that, you know, like they had those barriers up, and it did not go very well for them. You can also see that I do not like the blood pour for like a hanging body like this. In fact, the blood pour is really not good for a lot of things. I'm going to take the shotgun this time. But I found if you turn the dust red, it looks really good for like chunks falling. It doesn't look like liquid blood very much, but neither is it believable that this guy's gushing out gallons of blood every second. I really hope people take the time to look at the detail I put in here. It's one reason I stopped to look at so many others, like down to the scratch marks, making sure it's metal so it reflects, all that kind of stuff. This poor guy, his little gore blob, it's not even really noticeable. So the first thing I wanted the player to see here, I usually grab this, maybe I should here too, but is you see this guy up here, like, oh, he's just kind of pacing around. So with the sound effect and the light and him being there, I wanted it to be clear this is another shield wall. So you're like, okay, what do I do here? Oh, well, I can't go this way. Grab that ammo. Can't do anything here yet. Another shield, but it's a little more janked up, so let's see. The only other thing I see to interact with, I can't go in here. I need the red key card to get into Ritual. But what happens if I take this? hand's all janked up. So now we've got the camera feeds. And that door turned off. Movement camera 4, huh? Oh. Okay. I also have this shield that turns on and off randomly. Let's see if one of them will walk into it. Yeah. It doesn't ever hurt the player. It was just a fun little thing to add. It would just stop me if I tried to run through it. And there's the shotgun reload. Alright, let's keep going. So I like that, remember the... So the conceit here is that we're in like the secret advanced research facility that's like hidden in this, what's supposed to be a cargo ship. So now we're going into maintenance, and you can see it's another secret door, leaving camera 2. I see you guys over there in the upper right and middle left. These don't really do that much, but I thought it was kind of neat to be able to look at these cameras. Unfortunately, I have to connect that to the taunts, which means if you do it, I had to make it where you can't back out of it for a second, because if you do, you see that, and it kind of ruins the immersion a little bit. Alright, so, grabbing another magazine. Oh, no! Oh, he's not there yet. There you are. Come get me, you bastard. Oh, I got an injury. Crap. Oh, I got severe. That's actually bad. So this guy had a bad time. I love combining these, by the way. It's very hard to make the guts look like they're not gigantic. They're not a human's guts, really. So this guy got torn to pieces. That's the best I can do combining those things. Gonna get the electro tool. Okay, we're blocked off. The doors don't have power, but you might be able to fix it on your end. So they still can't tell that we're here. God, I'm really bleeding out pretty hard. Still those guys up there. Okay. Do I want to get this? I'm going to say yes. I'm bleeding, but... So I wanted to spook. Oh god, I'm about to die. Yep, I suck. Well, we'll see if I fucked up my... Okay, we're good. Hey, my vitals are back though, so it's kind of good. God, that guy's tough. Oh, jeez. Alright. Yeah. I like the idea of this thing being a repurposed tool. The electro tool, which if you ever played, what do you call it? Time Splitters, you know, was in Time Splitters. So that may or may not where that was inspired from. I'm really proud of this. Sorry about the crackle. I was trying to do anything I could to simulate a radio. I definitely didn't do very much with those cameras compared to what I could have done. And I let myself get hit a lot more than I usually do. Heal me. Can't get in here yet. All that's in there is a big health thing and a... Actually, I'll go ahead and do it. So, this is where I wish... I wasn't using logs at this point. I wish I'd had a log that would tell you to do this, but I'm really proud of this. So, I need to get in here, because that's where airlock 3 is. And I can't get in there. Power insufficient. I should have made that red in hindsight. Oh well. Well, how can I fix that? God, there's definitely so many things that I know now how to do. Oh, I like this. Here's another engineer with another electro tool who also had a bad time. There's so many things I would do now better. Man, can you imagine if that was real? Somebody call OSHA. Yeah, let's get that health thing. Why not? We'll see how obnoxious it is to fight a pinky with this. Oh, I also, you'll remember me saying last time that unfortunately, sit down. Unfortunately, I shouldn't have grabbed that yet. Oh well. I could only let you have one weapon at a time using that weapon system that I had. It just didn't work otherwise, for a number of reasons. And there might be some crazy solution to that. In fact, I was thinking of one on the ride home today, but just was a lot of just untenable, really. I always thought about putting something up there. I've always wanted to do a mission where you were like Assassin Creeding around on the pipes, and you had to anyway. Or map, I should say. You can see I'm starting to get braver with my custom blocking volumes to make my own little boxes. And here's the gore box again. He's back. It's like a meme. Alright, now we're ready for a spook. So before we get into the spook, I'm going to start talking. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, but because I couldn't... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Well, because I couldn't reload you, or couldn't have you have more than one weapon because of the way the Doom handles what happens when you're out of ammo, it wouldn't make the reload system work. To make you have these two, I had you press the equipment button, and it pulls it out like it's a tool, because it kind of is. It's also a weapon, but it's also a tool. The problem is, when you do that, I'm giving you a loadout, and it replaces your ammunition. I think I tried give weapon as well, and that had a problem. Or maybe I meant to, and I never got around to it. It could be dumb. But if I remember right, I tried that and it didn't solve the problem. So, like, it gives you a full magazine capacity when you do that swap, which sucks. Because it means that my ammunition or magazine system up there is kind of useless. You may as well just swap whenever you're out and just get a free reload that way. And I couldn't find a way around it, but I already built everything for the electro tool. I thought it was too neat. I was like, ah, fuck it. I'm not trying to make a AAA challenge here anyway. Let's just, you know, just have some fun with this. But the second you discover that, which is, if you're paying attention pretty quickly, you know, it makes that whole ammo economy a non-issue. It's one reason it didn't return in the third map, but it was still kind of neat. It was still kind of neat. And I do think there is a solution to it. It just would be really, really crazy. And if you're thinking right now, well, the solution would be using those save states that they added to us in that last update, or one of those. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you the option to save only the player's ammunition. It also saves their health. So while I was tempted to do that anyway. I just hope players wouldn't get hit very often and or notice that their health went up or down when they swapped weapons. I just decided not to go about doing that. Just in case. I wouldn't want somebody to be at 10 health and then grab 2 health packs like from that room and then swap weapons and all of a sudden there they are back. That seemed worse to me than the ammo economy being a non-issue. Alright. So I'm setting something up here which I'm happy with. So we hear you, at least we hope that's you. We've had one casualty too many. So Clark or somebody else died. Now we're going down this hallway. There's all these spooks. Now the spooks aren't just to jump scare you. Oh, there is some of that. Go ahead and get the last one too, because I want to. The spooks aren't just to jump scare you. They're also for a purpose. So we see you, there we are over there. The spooks are to build up one of the things I'm most proud of here. So if you haven't played it, spoilers. So there they are. I'm killing all these guys, coming down the hallway. I keep seeing things, and then this happens. Apparently, we have made a mistake.
They shall be afraid. They shall be in pain.
Okay, so yeah. We were deceived. Oh, he's coming. Oh, he was supposed to explode. Did I not rig that? I thought I did. I had a running thing in this campaign was that whenever you killed a Mancubus, they actually exploded into a barrel explosion. So now it's getting a little more red. Signal I'm about to get out of here. Division's over.
Conditions unsafe.
Shouldn't that already be red? Did I just discover a bug? Or maybe it turns red slowly. I think it turns red slowly. I thought it was already red, I forget. But I'm having this, yeah, I think it's fading. Yeah, that's right, I had the heat building up. So the idea is that these guys are coming around. Let's see if I can get them to hit these. Come on, do it, buddy. Where are they? There's one here, I know. Come on, buddy. Do it. Yeah! I set up a bunch of things in this hallway, so during this fight, you might get these little happy... Where are you, you punk? Oh, God! You might get these happy accidents of this fire starting. Do it, buddy. Yeah, there he goes. I don't know why the other ones didn't blow up. I guess I just forgot to do it, after all. Yeah, there's another one. So there's all these places here where, as this fight's going on, I wanted to make it not just have a cool moment, but I also wanted to make it more clear that these things ostensibly started this fire. Because I really wanted to amp up the Mancubi's whole connection to fire. So if you didn't see it on the way in, there's the gore box on the way out. I'm trying to make sure you can see that. So we get in here. Camera 2. Oh! Why'd they freeze? That's weird. Look at his leg. Alright, so now I know there's dudes out here. Let's see how sneakily I can do this. Oh, not very sneakily. Thank God this thing's pretty good. That kind of killed the spook immersion, didn't it? A little flop. Another reason, by the way, that I was going to talk about my philosophies on custom geo a good bit. Because I love a good custom geo map. But I find it's a bit harder, not impossible, and I'm learning that even more. In fact, I'm wishing I'd experimented more with it sooner. Oh God, I'm dead. Oh. And I'm not even bleeding. Oh, now the new voice is talking. That's right. Story stuff's happening. These things mess with your head. I really wanted to establish that... Did I leave a health thing? I did. Overload that power relay. I'm pretty proud of this sequence too. But anyway, I use a lot of the default... in fact, really, I could do so much more even than I did to dress these up, looking back now. But I have so much of my resources. I'm at the 100% on the object limit. I use so much of my resources building the logic and all the things that I want to happen that it's hard enough. Like, imagine I was trying to fly around this room and work on that logic, and also there's a bunch of boxes being lit up. I mean, there's ways around it, I know, but that was part of my philosophy. Anyway, so I can't get out here, so now I've got to do what he said and overload this using this. I've had a theme in my maps, in my Derelict series, where you turn on the power, and then you fuck up the power. Let's check about, see what's going on here. Okay. I didn't see anything yet. Alright. I know to be looking for it, but it's not going to tell me. I get movement in a second here. Yeah, here they come. Oh, get out! Oh! No, dog! Oh, I suck. I got stuck in the box. I suck. I was trying to show off my camera-ness. And this sucks, too, because this is a really immersion-breaking spawn. But it was kind of a, oh my god, I'm about to die again, I suck. Admittedly, this fight is way harder when you're as slow as this, even with the sprint. Because I still have the sprint limited, first of all. But at least your guns are way stronger. Ooh! They're pretty tough too, though. But I really wanted to make it, you know, very... Oh, that's right, you can also do this, I forgot. You can actually turn that back on. And it just is a way of hurting those guys or locking... Like, you can let the pinky run by you and... I don't know. I think I had a protection where you couldn't lock yourself out, but I forget what it was. Okay, I couldn't remember that pinky was still here. So I gotta go this way to operations. But the door is stuck. I need some leverage to pry it open. That man was very squished. And then eaten. I'm gonna grab that in a second, but first, let me get a weapon. So how do I get in here? I kinda like making that door smaller. I'm gonna look at my gore here, because I'm proud of my little gore creep. Okay. So this was supposed to be the arms room. You can see these little things are supposed to slide out of the wall and have these weapons on there. Yeah. There's also this, but it needs a rotator module. Where do I find that, I wonder? Alright, let's keep going. Hey, buddy, I need this. You're fine. You're fine, you walk it off. Ah! Alright. Now we're coming to another sequence that's pretty interesting. That, oh my god, this one was a nightmare. This one was such a nightmare. I'm really proud of that timing. And then the camera through here. So I made it where you really don't want this guy to see you. This is the stealth section, which I'm not a huge fan of, so I try to keep it limited. Alright. I also have, if things go wrong, you've got this pod you can jump in. I also made sure to tell the player when they were hidden explicitly, because I don't have like a way of like doing that without text very easily. So he's walking around, doing his thing. I just had it where if I'm not in one of these places, and we're in the same like area, he can like do a get. Oh no, I think it's where he's set to follow but break for combat. But if I get into one of these places, I do a get function on him to bring him back to his path. I might also do it if I go in there. All right. So this was a huge thing to keep this from breaking. So now you're down here. He also sees you in here, which is kind of funny. All this goop. Okay. Now I'm going to get some night vision. Why? Because I had the idea. And that's about it. And it fucks up on those, but I can't do anything about that. Why didn't I make it horror night vision? Why is this just night vision? Am I an idiot? I'm an idiot. Okay. Climb up the vent. Okay, now I'm out here. Where is he? Okay, come on, buddy. Walk on by. And do your thing. So I want the player to run by here, thinking, oh, I got this figured out. I'll just go in here.
Blue security clearance required.
Ah. I felt like such a genius when I used those to be the monitors. I could do so much better now. Okay, come on, buddy. This is one of those things that's interesting, and I've never really seen it in a snap map, at least not where it wasn't kind of tedious. It's always a little tedious. Okay. The problem, one thing I did, which is why I had to have that waypoint there, is that once you get the night vision, it's actually harder to tell. There's like a blue light on him. Okay. It's the rotator module. Yeah, this stealth sequence was pretty tricky to make. This room was great for it, though, because it gave you that little side path. There goes the night vision. I'm proud of this little, like, office, too. It's nothing amazing, but it's neat. What the fuck? You fucking kidding me? Okay, God, I thought my game froze. I tried to turn on the camera to see if he was doing something in my game. Oh, that was spooky. I've had this thing crash on me way too many times. But he's freaking out over there. He's seen me somehow. Alright. I was very happy making that skull an ornament on the desk. I'm really proud of that, actually. And also, I think this guy tried to shoot himself. Didn't do it quick enough. So I got the red key card. I'm happy with this, I'm happy with this desk, too. It's like, anyway, I don't need to keep talking about stuff I'm happy about. Alright, give me that chainsaw. I wish I could make him fall when I did that. Why is it lagging so much? Yeah.
You will be slaves in the chaos.
Admittedly, I still don't know how I feel, or how players will feel about that, because I gave you the chainsaw just for enough time to kill him, because it's not viable for this game, for this atmosphere that I'm going for. It just isn't. But I wanted to get you, after you may or may not have had some frustrations with that guy, the opportunity to... Oh wait, camera. Which camera was that? Oh, that's right.
They're going to feed on you.
I freaked my friend out with this, and I was very proud of it. So, like, that camera, it just tells you movement, and if by this point you're used to checking those, or you just choose to, you get this little spook. Thank God I have the ammo upgrade. Thank God I have this, too. Okay. So now I'm in here with Mr. Slimed. Ow, fuck. This sequence was not the best. Oh, I didn't get the minigun. I suck. I normally do this with the minigun. Wait, what? Whoa, something's happening. That's incorrect. I've fucked something up since the last time I worked on this. Ooh. Yep, I think I lightninged myself, actually. That's fine. There's no penalty for death here. Oh! Oh, that's right. They eventually just kind of like... poof out and then this appears. This is a sequence that definitely could be better, but I was tired. I had so many resources that I'd used already. You know. God, looking back, like some of this I was and am still somewhat proud of. And yet there's so much I could do better now. Anyway, that's how it always is. Now we're off to Ritual. I've talked before about using one of the Olivia voice lines and turning it down a bit, and it sounds like a different character. You're going to hear that now. Turning the pitch down.
Especially now, in what will be your final moments in this world. All the movies, the human sacrifices, the hopes, the dreams. It's all true. My sisters and brothers
I'm pretty happy with the whole vibe there. Oh, and the spook sequence.
they created for us, starting
So now we're getting a bit more action here. Whoa. I know. Ooh, okay. It's tricky in a game like this. How do you use darkness in this horror element that I'm going for here? Because you don't want to overdo it for obvious reasons. But at the same time, darkness is pretty useful. One thing I do really like about the way I balance things is that the heavy assault rifle really feels like a heavy assault rifle. Like it really, you just chew things down. But not in enough time. I think I got the balance pretty okay, where it's not quite. Okay. Oh. It's not quite fast enough that, like, some of these big guys aren't threatening. But it does make them... It just matches the sound of this thing very well. Ooh, that's right, the boss has showed up. So we missed him actually appearing. I had to have respawning health here, which I don't normally do, but... Anyway. So I sent him where he's fighting you from the altar here. I think eventually he breaks free. Maybe I got that wrong. It's been that long. Okay. And now is for the... I lost your feet a bit. Looks like you're still breathing. And now, the namesake of this map. The hard part. The only way out is down this hallway. Hey, that worked perfectly. I set them to be opponents just for a second. I should have undone that, because I wanted one of them to eat them. So this hallway... Oh, you're not supposed to see me. Stop that. I wanted this just to be a thing you're supposed to creep down, or sprint down. Like these. You can see the creep. I'm really proud of a lot of this. It's not perfect. Not by a long shot. And trying to get these cacodemons to spawn in the right places. Like, he's supposed to be right here, filling that void, but of course he decided to be over there. Whatever. They're really tough. They're not really worth the ammunition to kill. I'll kill this one, though, I think, because... I don't know if this was the best way of doing this, but I was just so obsessed with this idea of a hallway. God, you see how tough they are. I didn't want you to kill them. I was so obsessed with the idea of a hallway that was just filled with cacodemons as, like, tumors that would try to bite you if you got too close, so you just had to, like, sneak on through. They've got things blocking their vision, so they can only see if you're, like, right in front of them to block them just shooting you the whole time. So, like... Yeah, just, like, exactly. I think it was a neat idea. I don't think it was really... I don't think it really landed the way it needed to. The hallway's kind of neat looking, though. Also, I think that sound thing is supposed to have stopped, but oh well. So now I got to the end. Now deeper into the belly of the beast. Hence the title of the next one. Which I'm going to see if I can't do right now. I hope you actually no. Before I do that, sorry. Let's look at the logic really quick. Not much. I'm not gonna look at too much because not a whole lot has changed at the core of the map. Oh, that's right. I'm not in snap map mode. Give me a second. I don't know why I had the option to do that, but sure, I voted myself up, I guess. I suck. That's fine. I forget how I had score work there. I didn't kill extra things. Or not kill things. Oh, wait. Am I dumb? Can I do it here? I think I might be dumb. No, I can't do it. I gotta do it. Ignore this. Ignore this. But I think I had it whenever you died. There was a score penalty. Let's see if someone has reported Devil City Ransom again. The number of times people report things just drives me insane. Just why? What are you reporting it for? I don't understand. Why are you reporting it? I don't understand. Okay. That should be the correct one. So yeah, let's look at the logic really quickly here. Nothing too extensive, but I know at least a few of you who watch this want to kind of see what was going on there. I know I got one of the things that inspired me to get back to this actually was, oh, it wasn't AC Slayer. Oh, he was Bad Fluffy. Wanted me to, was commenting, I think, right? I hope I didn't get that backwards. Was commenting on my Derelict playthrough. So let's see, what is this? So this room, this is probably not the most efficient use of my resources. I probably could fit a lot more in here. This room is this thing, which is just exactly what it looks like. It's just a tube of like a mouth kind of looking. I guess HELL-GULLET kind of shows up in two places here, really. Yeah. It's that. Wait, what's the logic to get in and out of there? Does anyone really care? Probably not. It's just like, after a while it kills them all. It messes with your camera slowly. After a certain amount of time, you get out. Yeah, there's nothing really special going on there. I think there was actually, hold on. I think something went wrong though, because I'm pretty sure I might have just gotten rid of them. But at one point there was a bunch of where did I move them to? Hold on here. What's that? Oh, it's these things have a weird whatever. But at one point there was a bunch of lost souls in there too. Okay. Here's my logic room. The big things that changed is injury room. There's my weapons. Oh, that's the minigun. That's the minigun reload. Yeah, I was kind of proud of that. I forgot to get it, but anyway. This is the system where you just have a bunch of booleans for, depending on what weapon you had, determines what loadout you get. What was it? Why I couldn't just give you the weapon? I totally forgot. I think I tried it and it didn't work. Maybe it just didn't make a difference. I don't remember. There's the sound when you pull it out. So I want to make it have some pomp and circumstance behind it. There's the case in which you can have it. You have to have the electro tool first before that signal will go through. And I also continuously have it recharge a bit, just because I like that idea of a tool like that recharging. And I didn't want to have you can't reload it, and I didn't want to have the idea that it's just infinite. So otherwise, why not just use it? What is this? What is this? Set team. What is this? Oh, the camera control. That's right. Big Bad. Oh, that's right. So this was kind of fun. A fun discovery. You'll notice that the first time I turned on the camera, like right about here, and I saw those zombies, that they like instantly saw me and turned to go look at me. Which might have seemed odd because they were content to do their own thing at first. Turns out, if you look at something with a camera, that tells that thing where you are. At least it can if you're in range. So Big Bad, which is, as you might have guessed, this guy in this big techno room here. Look at all those spaces. whenever you turn on the camera to look at him, he would know where you were instantly. So I actually had to have a solution for that, where whenever that happened, it set him to your team temporarily. So conceivably, you could actually stand in the middle, turn on the camera, and just stay there, I think. Might have had it be temporary. No, yeah. So, so that was kind of funny. So sound effects for everything. But yeah, this is the camera control. So you press one of them and it turns on a different camera. And when you press either use or the same button, I think it's use. Yeah, you press use, and it stops it. So yeah, and also there's times where you can't use it. What are those again? Oh, it just disables in map start. Okay. What's this? Oh, this is the exchange. Where they're talking to you during the gunfire, and there's supposed to be that fight going on. That's supposed to be my static, kind of. There's the sound effects, and they just have... I just sat here and figured this out. The time where... I even went through and changed the pitch on these so it didn't sound like the same gunshot each time. I'm a crazy person. Anyway. This is the guide. Alright, that's all the logic in there. As far as the rest of the map, if there's anything you want to see how I did, I think it's pretty straightforward. By straightforward, I mean, look at this fucking spaghetti. Ugh. Here's actually where a lot of the camera logic was, which is kind of funny. Like what tells you what cameras you have available and where the movement is. And that's just this purple, I think, is, yeah, this is just if there's an enemy detected in that zone, it says, hey, you got movement there. It's pretty straightforward. Are there any tricks, anything else that I would talk about? I don't really think so. I don't think so. Yeah, so that's it. Oh yeah, that's right. I used this, which is where you walk into, to also be where you had the fight. Huh. Which is neat, because that's also the first room you go into in the next map. Because poetry, it rhymes, I guess? Oh, and here is, you can see all their colored zones for each of them. But yeah, like it's kind of not super obvious that you're supposed to like thread the needle that way, and it's not enough time to really teach the player that. And again, the Cacodemon does not like to spawn. Like, you see where he was supposed to be. Supposed to be over here, and he spawned like right there. It was a neat idea, but again, I'm not sure it was worth doing. But at least I got to see this guy be eaten. Got to see Jerry be eaten. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'm going to do Belly of the Beast next, which I think actually does a lot of interesting things that... Anyway. Goodbye.